Reason number 6, your clients want to quit. Ooh, that rhymed. Reason number 6, your clients want to quit. Kind of opposing goals. I'm just going to get right to it. Why? Because this is one of my favorite subjects. This is the number one reason to quit that I like to talk about. Did you understand what I just said right there? I love this subject so much because opposing goals, let me break opposing goals down. What that means is you want this thing over here, but you also want this thing over here. You see, they oppose. They're not like this thing gets you this thing. They are opposing goals, opposites, polar goals, whatever you want to call them. They pull each you in separate directions, meaning you're never going to reach either one because you're probably going to be somewhere in the middle. And the middle is not championship. The middle is not even winning. The middle is average. And you're not average. Neither are your clients. So if you want to reach championship status, if you want to dominate, if you want to make sure that your clients are doing that, then you got to get rid of those opposing goals. And I like talking about this subject so much because opposing goals are the easiest ones to like identify, accept, and adjust. Right. The first, I can take these opposing goals through the 3 A's very quickly. The 3 A's are the first 3 steps in control the controllable. And when you control the controllables in your life, you will become a champion. You will reach peak performance and your full financial potential. But if you're not taking control of those important, like really important things, then what's going to happen? Just as I thought. Aha. Now, I had to do some changing. I don't know if you heard the difference in my voice right there, just how much crisper, cleaner it sounds. But sometimes you have to do a little back checking for yourself. Talk about this later. It's not important right now. What's important right now is that you make sure you don't have opposing goals, and nor do your clients. Now, let's talk about opposing goals and what they mean. First of all, opposing goals are like they make it harder for you to get where you're trying to go. They make it, did I say trying? Because there is no try. There's only do or do not. They make it harder for you to hit your targets because imagine this. You're trying to hit this target, right? This is your target right in front of you. You're getting lined up, right? You're aiming. But then this goal behind you calls your name. You turn around. Now you got to try and line up with this goal again. You're off. You're off. Now the wind's blowing. Now the elements are coming to in your way. Blocks. However, if you never look back at that other opposing goal, you can stay focused on this one right here in front of you, the one that's most important. Because typically with opposing goals, one is more important than the other. One is more connected to the why. One is the one that's going to help you leave the legacy you want. All of these things are what I need you to say to your clients when they want to give up, when they want to focus on that other goal. Because sometimes you don't understand that focusing on the other goal is giving up. And I'm going to talk about this next Monday. I think that might be the 29th, because I personally had some opposing goals that I want to give you a clear example of. And it is, let me just tell you, make sure you watch come back and watch that video. Now I'm going to give you some more, the rest of the reasons, right? 7, 8, 9, 10 of why people quit or want to quit and how we can overcome that. But next Monday, I'm going to give you like a really big dose of opposing goals, good examples and help you be able to not only overcome yours, but help your clients overcome theirs, because opposing goals are so getting in the way, but they're so easy to overcome. So you have these opposing goals. They're making your clients' lives harder. They're hitting their targets harder. And for example, like if you want to win, but you're being nice, those are opposing goals. Because when Serena Williams aces, like that's not nice. Acing, that's not nice. But did you win the point? Yes. When you dunk in somebody's face, that's not nice. But did you win the point? Yes. And that's what's important. Winning is important because that's your target. That is what you're trying to hit. But being nice, considerate, kind, and all of that stuff, it just has no place on the court. It just doesn't. And so when you have that opposing goal, you lose. Get it? So number 2 that I want to talk to you about is when you have opposing goals, think of it as if there's usually a want and a need. So if you or your clients are experiencing these opposing goals, figure out which one is the want and which one is a need. Usually that is the case. Sometimes it's 2 needs, sometimes it's 2 wants, and neither one of these goals help you get to your ultimate target. And that's even easier. You just pluck out both of those and start all over and hit a new and set a new target and new tasks and steps in between your milestones. So that's something else let's talk about too, because your milestones need to be headed towards your target, your goal, right? But if your milestones are not directly in line with hitting your targets, those are also opposing. So, and they must be going towards some other goal. So if they're not aligned, if you don't see them line up, then you know these are opposing goals. Making sense? If not, ask questions in the comments. I'm so willing to answer. Whether you're watching this live right now, go ahead, drop your question, or you are watching this as a recording, I am open to answering your questions. So let me see what they are. All right, gotcha. So also when it comes to opposing goals, think of the one thing that will help you reach your goal and find the distractions in the way. Those are usually your opposing goals. So I'll take an easy one. If you have a fitness client and their nutrition is part of them reaching their goals, and they know that they have to eat a certain way. Not saying they have to diet. I'm saying they have to eat a certain way. Use that language. You have to eat a certain way if you want to reach this. If you want to reach this target, you have to eat a certain way. That's it. That's all. And so if they're not eating that certain way, whatever is in the way, right? Whatever's in the way needs to be plucked out because it's going towards an opposing goal. The opposing goal might just have fun, right? Because some food is fun. Fun food is usually not healthy food though. So if you have to eat a certain way and you're not doing that, then you have opposing goals. So think of the ultimate thing, which is get to this muscle mass or get to this certain weight or get to this certain strength, right? Whatever it is that the fitness goal is. And if chips are a distraction, they have to go because they are going towards an opposing goal, which is to eat fun. And eating fun is not going to help you win. Just saying. So that, and it's usually more long-term planning. So those short like pleasures, yes, that's a win, that little pleasure. Ooh, it felt so good. You got a little dopamine hit from that chocolate cake, but that chocolate cake just kept you from the trophy. Is that okay with you? That's what I thought. So if you want to win, you have to focus on the long-term goal. However, we talked about this in another video. Boredom can sometimes set in if the goals are too far apart. So that's why you have to hit those milestones. And fitness is much easier because you can say, okay, this is what I need to hit along the way. But sometimes in sports, it's harder because the game or, if you're training for the Olympics, that's years away. And so you will have to sit, championships and finals and qualifying, and those have to be your milestones. But even before that, because sometimes even the qualifying tournaments are far apart, you need to have milestones along the way. And those milestones become goals so that you're not opposing in the middle of the long-term goal. Last thing I want to mention is that this is kind of going back to loneliness. You want connection. Your clients want to fit in. And fitting in and standing out are opposing goals. If you're going to fit in, you're not going to stand out. And if champions stand out, they just do. When my boyfriend and I are walking or we can be at the grocery store anywhere. I could point out an athlete anywhere in the world. I'm just like, she's an athlete, she's an athlete, he's an athlete. You can see championship is just a way of being. And those people stand out. They don't fit in. And that is okay because you won't win if you fit in. Oh my God. I love that one right there. Anyways, so say it again. Go ahead and tweet that, but just give me credit, okay? You won't win if you fit in. So don't fit in. Stand out. I mean, like freaking stand out. Stand the out, okay? The more you stand out, the closer you are to championship. So these opposing goals are getting in the way. So all these words I've just said to you, say to yourself and say to your clients, because you got to be a winner too. Nobody wants to be trained by a loser. And I'm not saying you had to have won in their category, right? You didn't have to win a tennis tournament or a golf tournament or even a championship ring in NBA or whatever. But you have to be a winner in your domain. So dominate in what you do so you can help them dominate in what they do, whether it is running and managing their money or running and managing their fitness, their nutrition, or if it's me, running and managing their emotions. Everywhere in each part, we have to dominate. So that's all I have to say about that. You have what it takes to help your clients become champions and not quit. And that language is not great, not quitting. That's not really great language, but you get what I'm saying. Keep going. I'm pretty sure that you got it. So I'm going to go now and leave you to it because you need to go back to doing admin work or marketing or whatever it is. You might even have a client you need to go train. But at least we had this time together. And tomorrow, I have a little something for you that I think you're going to like. Number 7 is good. Not as good as number 8. Ooh, but it is real good. I'll see you then. Really, see you.